Have you ever shared something personal with your family, only to regret it later? It's a situation many of us find ourselves in, realizing that sometimes silence is the wisest choice. In this video, we're uncovering 5 essential secrets about what not to share with your family, and why keeping certain things private can actually improve your relationships, protect your mental well-being, and help you maintain peace of mind. As we journey through this topic, you'll discover how holding back on sharing past mistakes, minor health worries, unfulfilled ambitions, family tensions, and even personal future goals can lead to a stronger bond with your loved ones. We'll explore why selective sharing isn't about hiding, but about respecting boundaries, both yours and theirs. Our focus will be on how silence, in just the right moments, can foster deeper respect, encourage trust, and preserve your sense of independence. Stick with us until the end to learn how the wisdom of silence can shape your relationships for the better, helping you avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary stress. We'll show how thoughtful discretion can be a powerful tool, guiding your family dynamics with clarity and kindness. This video is all about understanding when not to share, and how that can lead to a life of mutual respect and personal tranquility. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your engagement supports our mission to share practical, meaningful insights. So if you find this video helpful, a like and share would mean a lot. Let us know what you think by commenting below. If you agree with the message, type 1. If you have other thoughts or suggestions, we'd love to hear them, so we can keep improving. Now let's dive in. Secret 1. The hidden power of past mistakes. Life shapes us through the moments we celebrate and the challenges we endure. Every experience leaves a mark, crafting the person we grow to be. As time moves on, there's an unspoken pull to share these chapters with those we cherish. We long to pass on the joy, the heartbreak, and the wisdom earned from walking life's winding road. It feels like a duty to guide the next generation with lessons we learned the hard way. But sometimes, the stories we don't tell speak louder than the ones we do. This isn't about deception or withholding. It's about honoring a quiet truth. Not every memory needs to be revisited. Some wounds, even after healing, leave a tenderness that isn't meant to be shared. Consider Mr. Lawrence, a skilled craftsman who carried decades of experience and wisdom. His life was a testament to resilience, but one chapter lingered like a shadow. Years ago, during a time of optimism and ambition, Mr. Lawrence entered a partnership with someone he deeply trusted. Together, they pursued a dream, a venture that seemed full of promise. Yet beneath the surface, betrayal was taking root. His partner's deceit unraveled everything they had built, leaving Mr. Lawrence devastated. The financial loss was crippling, but it was the sting of misplaced trust that truly broke him. For years, he labored to rebuild piece by painstaking piece. His hands, worn by years of work, slowly crafted a life anew. Through perseverance, he found strength and hope. But he never spoke of that betrayal. Not to friends, not to family. It became a quiet part of him, woven into the fabric of who he was. One day, as his granddaughter grew older, he felt she was ready to hear his story. Perhaps it could teach her caution, or show her the resilience required to overcome life's challenges. With care, he shared his experience, detailing the betrayal, the loss, and the slow journey of recovery. As he spoke, he searched her face for understanding. What he saw was unexpected. Her eyes softened with concern, a shadow of pity flickering across her expression. In that moment, something shifted. He hadn't foreseen the vulnerability this would awaken in him. Her pity felt like a weight, pulling him back to a time he had worked so hard to leave behind. Instead of drawing them closer, the story seemed to create a subtle distance, a new lens through which she saw him. That brief exchange stayed with him. He reflected on whether sharing his pain had truly been necessary. Did the lesson outweigh the vulnerability it exposed? Or would silence have preserved the admiration she once held, untarnished by the weight of his mistakes? Through this, Mr. Lawrence learned an invaluable truth. Not every burden is meant to be shared. Some stories belong to us alone, kept as silent teachers guiding our actions. Our loved ones often see us as symbols of strength, wisdom, and stability. When we reveal certain scars, we risk shifting that perception in ways we can't predict. Our friend Mike was a man known for his boundless optimism and unshakable work ethic. He built his life brick by brick, starting with nothing but determination and a dream. By his late 40s, he had turned a small landscaping business into a thriving company that employed dozens in his community. To everyone who knew him, Mike was the embodiment of resilience and success. But behind his easy smile and confident demeanor lay a chapter of his life he rarely spoke about. Years earlier, when he was just starting out, Mike had invested in what seemed like the opportunity of a lifetime. A former classmate approached him with a business proposal, an innovative project that promised both profits and purpose. Mike was hesitant at first, but the pitch was convincing, and his friend was persuasive. Against his better judgment, he poured not just his savings but his heart into the venture. It all unraveled within months. His classmate turned out to be unscrupulous, funneling funds into personal accounts and leaving the business in ruins. Mike was left holding the wreckage, a financial disaster, and a bitter lesson in misplaced trust. The betrayal cut deeper than the loss itself. He questioned his instincts, his judgment, even his worth. Still, Mike pressed on. He refused to let that chapter define him. Slowly, methodically, he rebuilt his finances, starting from scratch. Over the years, he grew stronger, more cautious, and infinitely wiser. But he kept that painful chapter locked away, even as he became a mentor and inspiration to many in his community. Years later, Mike found himself sitting across from his son, a bright young man eager to follow in his father's entrepreneurial footsteps. His son spoke passionately about a business idea, but Mike couldn't help but notice echoes of his own youthful optimism. A part of him wanted to warn his son, to lay bare the betrayal and loss he'd endured. He thought about sharing the story, hoping it might save his son from making a similar mistake. After a long pause, Mike spoke carefully. Instead of recounting his painful memory, he shared practical advice. He taught his son about diligence, about vetting partners, and about trusting his instincts while protecting his interests. He offered wisdom without reopening old wounds. His son listened intently, soaking up every word. Months later, Mike's son made his first deal. It wasn't without its challenges, but he handled each one with the steady confidence of someone prepared. When he told his father about his success, Mike felt a swell of pride. In that moment, he realized the choice he'd made, the choice to leave his story untold, had been the right one. Mike understood something profound. Sharing every painful chapter isn't always necessary to impart wisdom. Sometimes, guidance is more powerful when it's wrapped in strength, not vulnerability. His silence wasn't a wall. It was a gift, a way of allowing his son to see him as a steady, unshaken pillar of support. Sharing our past has power, but so does discretion. Silence, when chosen wisely, isn't about withholding love. It's about preserving it. The next generation will find their own lessons, shaped by their own journey. Sometimes the best thing we can offer is not a story of pain, but an example of quiet resilience. If this resonates with you, and you're still here, let us know by commenting one below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and explore this journey of wisdom together. Secret 2. Cultivate resilience and treasure positive experiences. In the intricate weave of our lives, there are threads we choose to keep hidden. These are not secrets born of shame, but moments of profound personal reflection, silent markers of growth, resilience, and inner strength. By holding certain memories close, we protect the essence of who we are and how far we've come. These private stories become quiet reminders of our perseverance and the lessons life has gifted us. We don't need to recount every misstep to share our wisdom. A well-placed phrase like, "I learned trust through hard lessons," conveys the depth of our experience without exposing the rawness of past wounds. This intentional brevity provides clarity, leaving space for others to reflect without burdening them with unnecessary weight. Choosing not to share certain parts of our journey isn't withholding. It's a conscious act of self-respect and love. It allows us to guide from a place of wholeness rather than vulnerability, offering strength to our family and friends. There is quiet power in deciding what to share, for in this discretion lies the freedom to focus on the present. Our loved ones are given the opportunity to know us as we are now, not as reflections of our past mistakes, but as living testaments to perseverance and growth. This approach protects us from the risk of misunderstanding or being reduced to the struggles we've overcome. By preserving certain memories, we maintain control over our narrative, letting our actions and presence speak louder than the words of old tales. These unspoken truths transform into wells of wisdom, silently shaping the way we guide those we cherish. You may ask yourself how to keep this good mental habit alive every day. Here are some precise actions to help you nurture resilience and focus on positive experiences. 1. Begin your day with intention. When? Right after waking up. How? Spend 5 minutes practicing mindfulness or gratitude. Sit in a quiet spot, close your eyes, and reflect on 3 things you're thankful for or visualize the positive outcomes you want to achieve during the day. Write them down if it helps solidify the habit. 2. Practice reflective journaling. When? In the evening before bed. How? Dedicate 10 minutes to jot down moments of growth, strength, or positivity from your day. Use prompts like, "What challenge did I handle well today?" or "What small joy made me smile?" Keep the focus on achievements, lessons, and uplifting experiences. 3. Pause to reframe negative thoughts. Whenever negativity arises during the day. How? Stop, take a deep breath, and consciously reframe the thought. For example, if you think, "I made a mistake," reframe it to, "I learned something valuable today." Practicing this in the moment rewires your perspective over time. 4. Protect time for quiet reflection. When? Set aside a 15-minute block during the day. How? Use this time for introspection, away from distractions. Sit in silence, meditate, or take a walk in nature. Use this moment to connect with yourself and revisit the reasons why you keep certain memories private for growth and strength. 5. Create a daily resilience anchor. When at a consistent point in your routine, e.g., during your commute or while preparing meals. How? Pick an anchor activity to remind yourself of your resilience. For instance, listen to an uplifting podcast, read a short inspiring passage, or repeat affirmations like, "I grow stronger every day," while you perform the task. 6. Limit oversharing on social media. Whenever you're tempted to post personal updates. How? Before sharing, pause and ask yourself, does this reflect the version of me I want to present? Am I sharing for connection or validation? This practice builds intentionality and aligns with the habit of keeping certain experiences private. 7. Celebrate small wins publicly, big wins privately. When, at the end of every accomplishment. How? For small victories, share a brief acknowledgement with loved ones or coworkers to celebrate progress. For major personal breakthroughs, take time to savor them privately. Write about them in your journal, or reward yourself with something meaningful. 8. Engage in acts of kindness. When once a day at any time. How? Perform a simple act of kindness without expecting anything in return. Compliment someone, hold the door open, or send a kind message. These actions reinforce your focus on positivity and meaningful connections. 9. Build a resilience ritual. When, in moments of stress or uncertainty. How? Create a soothing ritual that calms and strengthens you. This could be deep breathing for 5 minutes, sipping tea mindfully, or repeating affirmations like, I am capable of handling life's challenges with grace. 10. End the day with a positive memory. When? Right before going to bed. How? As you lie down, close your eyes and recall one uplifting moment from your day. Reflect on why it mattered and how it made you feel. This ensures you end the day on a note of gratitude and peace. By weaving these actions into your daily routine, you'll solidify your ability to focus on resilience and the positive experiences that define you. Start small, stay consistent, and let these practices become a natural part of your journey to enduring strength and grace. The strength drawn from this choice radiates to those around us. Even without knowing the details, our loved ones can sense the calm resilience within us. This quiet confidence becomes a source of inspiration, encouraging them to face their own challenges with courage and optimism. Through our example, they learn that life's storms can be weathered without losing sight of joy. When challenges arise that truly matter, our decision to speak carries more weight. It underscores the importance of what we share and shows our family that vulnerability can be purposeful. This doesn't deny life's difficulties or the reality of aging, but instead reframes them. Every day is a new canvas, an opportunity to find beauty in the smallest gestures and the quietest moments. Our legacy takes shape through these choices. By focusing on resilience and positive experiences, we create memories of strength, love, and laughter. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to fill life with hope and meaning, leaving an imprint that lingers long after we are gone. Let those we hold dear remember us as sources of light and encouragement. Through the trials of life, may they see in us the ability to rise above adversity, to embrace the present with gratitude, and to find joy in the simplest moments. This is the gift we leave behind, a legacy of quiet wisdom, profound love, and unshakable strength. In choosing what to share and what to keep, we craft a life of elegance and intention. Our resilience becomes a beacon, guiding others through life's challenges with grace and dignity. Through the unspoken power of our example, we teach that life is to be lived fully, joyfully, and with a heart open to endless possibilities. This, above all, becomes the story worth telling. Secret 3. The quiet echo of unfulfilled dreams. As we journey through life, each of us carries within a mosaic of dreams, those vivid aspirations and tender wishes that, for countless reasons, never came to fruition. These dreams reside quietly in our hearts, surfacing during moments of reflection. They are fragments of who we once envisioned ourselves becoming. The artist who never held the brush, the explorer who never crossed uncharted waters, the creator whose masterpiece remains imagined. Such dreams possess a haunting beauty. They evoke pride in their boldness, yet they stir a wistful ache, a reminder of roads not taken. Sharing these deeply personal dreams with loved ones can be both profound and bittersweet, as their significance often eludes even the most caring of hearts. Consider Mr. James, a retired mechanic with a soul that once burned for music. In his youth, he toiled for years to afford a guitar, pouring his heart into mastering its strings. Music was his sanctuary, a source of joy and purpose. Yet as life often demands, his path diverged. Marriage, fatherhood, and the steady labor of providing for his family became his calling. Decades passed, and his guitar grew dusty, a relic of an unpursued dream. Now in his 70s, the echo of that passion still lingers. One afternoon, feeling a surge of longing and courage, he shares his story with his teenage grandson. He speaks of nights spent strumming chords under the dim glow of candlelight and the thrill of creating melodies that felt like they belonged to him alone. His grandson listens, intrigued yet perplexed, grappling with this new dimension of a man he's always seen as steadfast and fulfilled. The revelation stirs unexpected emotions. The grandson feels a pang of guilt, as if his own existence might have been a barrier to this unrealized dream. He admires his grandfather's strength, but struggles to grasp the depth of his yearning. Mr. James senses this disconnect and wonders if sharing his unfulfilled dream was a mistake. In time, reflection brings clarity. Mr. James comes to see his dream not as a regret, but as a cherished piece of his life's tapestry. The passion that once drove him to music also fueled his dedication as a mechanic and a father. The same discipline and creativity that guided his hands on a guitar shaped his ability to provide, repair, and nurture. He begins to understand that some dreams, while unfulfilled, remain vital. They whisper lessons of resilience, patience, and the grace to let go. These dreams are not burdens but quiet companions, shaping the people we become and reminding us of the roads we chose for love, duty, or necessity. Rather than lament the past, Mr. James decides to focus on the fullness of the life he lived. He shares with his grandson stories of his craft, the pride of repairing engines, the satisfaction of solving problems, the joy of creating with his hands. His family starts to see the same spark in these tales that once ignited his love for music. Through these conversations, his grandson learns an invaluable lesson. Fulfillment isn't always about achieving every dream. It's about finding purpose and joy in the paths we take, even when they diverge from our original visions. Mr. James keeps his dream of music close, not as a symbol of failure, but as a treasure, a reminder of the passion that once defined him. He finds peace in knowing that this unspoken dream added richness to his inner life, even as he built a legacy of love, hard work, and resilience. For his family, Mr. James becomes a source of quiet inspiration. His grace in accepting both the fulfilled and unfulfilled aspects of his journey teaches them that a life well lived is not measured by unchecked boxes, but by the love, wisdom, and strength shared along the way. Some dreams, he realizes, are meant to remain private treasures. They remind us of our capacity for hope and passion, shaping who we are without diminishing the lives we chose to live. They teach us that while not every wish comes true, the pursuit itself imbues our journey with meaning. As you reflect on your own unfulfilled dreams, remember their value. They are not mere remnants of what could have been, but symbols of your spirit, proof of the bold, hopeful person you were and still are. Embrace these dreams as quiet treasures, not to lament but to honor, for they enrich the story of your life in ways both subtle and profound. Secret 4. Navigating disappointments and dissatisfaction with family. As we move through the years, our love for family remains a constant source of strength. hope, and sometimes quiet expectations. We watch our children, our siblings, and even extended family with a deep sense of care. We carry dreams for them as carefully as we do our own, woven from our values and lessons learned. These dreams are crafted from our experiences, tempered by our desires for a brighter, safer future than what we might have known. It's only natural to wish our loved ones would make choices that align with what we believe leads to happiness, security, and fulfillment. Yet, life unfolds in ways we cannot always predict, and every person follows a path that's uniquely theirs. As their choices shift away from our hopes, there may be a pang of disappointment or concern, a quiet blend of worry and love that sits heavy on our hearts. These feelings are undeniably human, especially as our perspectives deepen with time, and we long to share our hard-won wisdom. Yet, speaking out of disappointment can unknowingly create distance. Even well-meaning advice, if delivered too directly, can cast shadows over the dreams of others, making them feel judged or less accepted for who they are. Over the years, small moments of disappointment can accumulate, gradually turning closeness into a cautious distance. For this reason, holding back from criticism, even when it feels like a struggle, becomes a profound act of love. It's a decision to honor their individuality, to support without imposing, and to create a haven of acceptance that nurtures rather than restrains. Take the story of Mrs. Amelia, a retired librarian who devoted her life to books and the steady rhythm of a predictable career. She raised her children with a similar appreciation for stability, urging them to seek secure paths. Her daughter, however, dreamed of running her own business, an endeavor full of passion but fraught with financial risks and uncertainty. Mrs. Amelia's anxiety grew with every step her daughter took towards this unpredictable future. Sleepless nights were filled with fears of financial instability and the possibility of failure. Her heart yearned for her daughter to choose a safer career, one that would protect her from the challenges of entrepreneurship. Despite her misgivings, Mrs. Amelia eventually voiced her concerns, speaking from a place of love. Yet instead of feeling comforted, her daughter felt criticized. Her mother's words landed not as gentle guidance, but as judgment, casting doubt on her choices and abilities. A wedge appeared between them, growing wider with each strained conversation. Recognizing the growing divide, Mrs. Amelia saw that her worries stemmed from her own fears, rather than her daughter's well-being. Gradually, she let go of the urge to intervene. Instead of offering unsolicited advice, she chose quiet encouragement. She attended her daughter's events, showed interest in her progress, and expressed love through supportive actions. The shift was slow, but over time, their relationship began to heal. Mrs. Amelia found a new appreciation for her daughter's courage to chase her dream, despite the risks. In stepping back and releasing her own anxieties, she gained a deeper respect for her daughter's independence and strength. This lesson in silent love extends beyond family. Sometimes, the most meaningful way to honor someone's journey is through quiet support, allowing love to be the loudest voice in the room. With age often comes the desire to protect those we care about. Yet we learn that love sometimes means letting go, creating space for others to grow in their own time, without the weight of our expectations. The legacy of silent, unconditional love is profound. It frees our family members to embrace their lives without the fear of judgment. And in the end, this kind of love, offered without conditions, becomes the most enduring gift we can give. It is a love that does not demand change, a love that celebrates each step of the journey, no matter how unexpected or uncertain. In conclusion, learning what not to share with family is a powerful skill. It's about choosing when to speak and when to remain silent, respecting your own boundaries while honoring those of your loved ones. By keeping certain details private, whether it's past mistakes, small worries, or personal plans, we're not shutting people out. We're nurturing trust, encouraging respect, and maintaining our peace of mind. Silence used wisely isn't a barrier, it's a bridge. It allows us to stay true to ourselves while fostering deeper and healthier connections. Remember, sometimes the greatest strength comes from what we choose not to say. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. We appreciate your support and would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, take care and remember, the right words, spoken or unspoken, can make all the difference.